Okay, so let's get into our building a little bit now, and let's look at that section that we cut a long time ago. Now that we are in that view, notice that when we get in this view, we also have a call out, if you remember, from a long time ago. So let's look at that section 1 call out over here. Okay, now we've got a bit of a problem. Look what's happened. Some things have moved around, people. So what we need to do is we need to copy our entire wall, all the detail that is in it. I'm going to scroll out. This may be tough. All right. And now we need to move these from here over to here. Okay. And there we have what we need. We've moved that over. Now, what is this right here? Remember, this is our actual physical portion of the wall. So our CMU is covering up the portion that it needs to cover up right now, because if I was to delete this, look what's behind it. It's my CMU. So I know I'm okay there. Okay. Now out here next is going to be my what? My brick masonry. Okay. So that is what is called a repeating detail component. And if I click on this, right, and I see the first one is what? It's brick. And I click here, notice if I just simply hit my space bar, now it's showing what? It's showing the brick. Whoops, let's go. Let me see if I can select it. There we go. It's showing the brick with my what? With my masonry joint. Let's check the distance on that masonry joint. Hopefully it's going to be something close to 3/8 of an inch. And there we go. We're really super close to 3/8 of an inch right there. So we're okay. So we know that's correct. Another way we can find out that that's correct, if I make a copy of this, and these are just things that you should do in Revit. If I just make a simple copy of that, and I click on it, and I say, and I right click, can I go into that family and look at the family? Let's pause the video and talk about something. Okay, so what we discovered is that this distance with a actual common brick and a mortar joint should be 2.625. What that includes is if I come in here and go 2 1/4, 2 1/4 is the size of my brick. That's spot on with this detail. Okay, then the distance between here and the next brick should be what? 3/8 of an inch. So if I come in here and say offset, and I say 0.325, or I'm just going to do 3/8 because, and I'm going to show you why it's going to that 256 in a moment, and we can adjust that. Whoops. There we go. That's where that mortar joint should be. What they're allowing in there with that little distance in there is a tolerance, okay? Because we know in real life, although a mason is going to come real close with that 3/8, he's not going to be perfect. So in the end, we really don't have to make this adjustment. It's cosmetic at best. But just for our benefit and for wanting to be as perfect as possible, what we can go in here and do is click, and we can go edit type, and we can say duplicate, and I can say brick, exterior wall veneer. Whoops. And I'm going to change this to 2 5/8. And now look what happened. Now we are absolutely perfect. And we're going to go ahead and do that, but I want you to know in real life, the reason it had this other dimension in here, this 21/32, is so it was building in for a tolerance. We don't have to worry about that in our drawings. We just have to understand in real life that it's not going to be perfect 3/8. It's going to be close, but it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and delete this, and then I'm going to change this over here to my exterior wall veneer. And now I can click this, drag this, scroll out, and I can drag this all the way up the face of my building to here for right now. Just kind of drop it off. Now our wall is starting to look an awful lot like what we were looking at in here, right? The next thing we'll come back and add are the anchors, and we are going to talk about our anchors, and we're going to talk about why that other dimension may have been something helpful for us. We'll pick that part up back in the next video.